We're in the midst of a revolution. Back in the 90s, all internet was accessible by offices. What didn't happen and what's happening now is the internet is being connected to all the machines, so M2M connections are going to exponentially increase. So we provide an easy way to connect your machine to the internet to see your stats anywhere and do summaries. My name is Michael Reith. I'm the Director of Sales, and so I look after all our leading contacts. We offer customers a very easy way to get information they never had access to before. So we can give them a profile of their machine activity or productivity. So not everyone is necessarily interested in productivity, but some people just want to see the activity of their machine. What does that profile look like?
Well, here we have the Freepoint devices. Essentially, it communicates between what's going on with machine, having that talk to something that is connected to your computer. So machine to machine, they can speak to each other. We have these devices, which I've simulated machine setup and signals, which we can take a look at. It sends data packets to our receiver here, which is connected to my laptop. We have the software running right behind me on the screen. Essentially what we can do is trigger off signals on the machine cycle, start, power up, things that convey cycles and parts being produced. So it communicates data packets and it gets sent to a software that logs all that data so that you can analyze meaningful feedback on what's going on with your plant floor. So if I run it and simulate signals, we can hear the relay clicking. Essentially that's producing a part coming off the conveyor or what have you, and it just logs the information here. And what our team has really built that's very nice is not just the interface on the software, but also all the stuff that gets backed up into our servers and becomes more available in a mobile computing world. So now we can take devices like these, have the machines talk to us, and eventually have it simulated on our phones as well and interface through that way. Right now it's feeding machine to machine, so when these boxes are talking, it's generally the digital world, which is ones and zeros, but from our software, we get the data packets and it's all time-stamped, so it gives relevant information on how it's tied physically to the machine and then interpreted back so that you can understand what time your shift starts, how many parts are being run during that shift, when the machine shuts down, is it on maintenance call, is it waiting for parts, so setup information and production information is provided.
Okay, well, Freepoint Technologies was started a couple of years ago. I've been working in the manufacturing industry in the London area as well as in North America for about 30 years. And a couple of years ago, a former customer called me up one day and showed me a technology they had developed locally. And I saw that it fit perfectly with what industry was needing. Industry was needing to have the power of the internet and the power of information technology brought to the plant floor, because most plant floors are way behind where information technology is everywhere else in life. And I challenged them with the thought or the question, if you could monitor your productivity more granularly, do you think you could make improvements? And we found a couple early adopters here locally that tried our black boxes, that fed the information back to their operators in a timely way, and they found instantaneous productivity improvements. Our first customer gave us an opportunity to try our boxes on an older piece of equipment, and within 1 week they achieved an 18% increase in productivity. And I checked back on them a few months later and I found out that they had achieved a 50% productivity without making any other investment on that process. What Freepoint tries to do that other companies in this space don't do is Freepoint is trying to commoditize the technology. Your cell phone, for instance, there's so much technology in your cell phone. You can do so many things in your cell phone because cell phone technology has become a commodity. So Freepoint is trying to commoditize information technology on the plant floor. That's the first thing that we're doing different. The second thing that we're doing different is we're aiming at the operator, not just management, not just the supervisor, not just the CFO. We're aiming at delivering this information back to the operator in as quick a way as possible, because it's the operator that can make the biggest impact on productivity improvement. It took about 9 months to test the waters, to find out what the value proposition really needed to be to develop the base level product, the hardware to collect data, and to find those early adopters. And that was about 9 months. And then you get a trickle of business, and the idea is that first trickle of business is very difficult. It comes with a lot of pain and a lot of expense, but you have to persevere through it. And then that trickle of business leads to your first stream. And then when you develop your first stream of business, that too is pretty expensive to acquire, but you have to look beyond that to when you hope the business streams become business rivers. And I would say we're in that stage right now. We've gone through the trickle to the stream, and now we're looking to develop the rivers.